I was only 7 years old. Y'all hear what I'm saying? I was 7 years old. So this family member, we were living in Indiantown. I was living in Indiantown, my grandmother and I. And we were very poor. My grandmother didn't have transportation or anything. And she was, now by this time, she's well into her 70s. And this family member, I'll put on my seatbelt. This family member would come to the house and he would ask her if she needed anything from the store. Now keep in mind, on the side of town we lived on in Indiantown, we only had, maybe it was one store called Rogers. But he sold a lot of stuff, but he didn't sell everything. There was still a need to go to the grocery store across the track, which we refer to as uptown. My grandmother didn't have any transportation to go uptown. So it was like a blessing that this family member would come by the house and ask her if she needed anything from uptown, which was Ryan's AG Market grocery store. And my grandmother, she was trying to teach me how to be, I guess, independent and how to do things, because she knew that she was old and I needed to know these skills. And she would tell me to get a piece of paper and I would write down the stuff that she said she needed from the store and hop in the car with him and he would take me up to the grocery store. Now what he would do, he would buy me like a Tootsie Roll or a blow pop or something, and he would always say, you got to eat it before you get home because I don't want you to get in trouble for me buying you candy. And I would eat it, get home, wouldn't tell my grandmother that he had bought me a Tootsie Roll or whatever it was that he would buy me, because I would have eaten it before getting home. So like clockwork, he comes to the house, he asks my grandma if she needs anything from the grocery store, and she says, yeah, you know, whatever it was that we needed. He would take me up to the store, she would give me the little money, he would take me up to the store. This particular time, he bought me a cutout. Now a cutout was our entertainment. It was a paper doll that was made out of a cardboard textured paper, cardboard consistency, and then it was the little clothes that were made out of like regular paper texture, and we would cut the paper doll out, and then we would put the paper clothes on the paper doll. Now to have one of those, every kid would love, every little girl wanted a cutout. So we're at the grocery store and he asked me if I want a cutout. Of course I want a cutout. Are you crazy for asking me if I want a cutout? Yes. I would say yes. I'm excited. I'm 7. He buys me the cutout. But on the way home, now let me just tell you some terms we use. Back then, KK referred to a girl's private place. On the way back home, he says, do you get the cotton out? And I said, I don't know what that is. He said, that you got cotton in your KK. And if you don't get the cotton out, you'll die. And I started crying. I was like, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. He says, well, I can get the cotton out for you. You want me to get the cotton out for you? So I said, yes. He pulls over the side of the road. I have on a dress because we were raised Pentecostal and we weren't allowed to wear, females, even the little children, we weren't allowed to wear anything pertaining of a man. So I have on my little dress. When he pulls over to the side of the road, he has me turn toward him. He pulls my undies to the side and he fondles me to the point where I'm crying. Not realizing that's why he bought me the cutout. When I start crying, he stops. And he tells me he's sorry. He's like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you cry, Creasy, but I had to get the car now because you don't want to die, right? I was like, no. He's like, you okay? So I'm like, yeah. We sit there for a minute or two. He makes sure I stop crying, dry my eyes. We get home with the groceries. My grandmother sees the cutout that he bought me. And she says, I know you didn't let Creasy spend my money to buy this cutout. He said, I know I bought it for her because I know you don't have money to buy stuff. And she saw it and she wanted it and I got it. But that wasn't the truth. He saw it and pointed it out to me and asked me if I wanted it. So he leaves. And I guess I'm looking sad or something because now I'm hurting between the legs. And I tell my grandma, I said, Mama, my KK hurts. And she says, what happened to your KK? And I'm scared to tell. And what's really weird about that, I don't recall him telling me not to tell, but he just presented it in a way that I was scared to tell. My grandmother examines me and she says, Creasy, what happened to you? Who did this to you? Who touched your KK? I start crying and I tell her who did it. My grandmother was livid. She put 2 and 2 together. She knew that's why he bought me that cutout, was like a gift to violate me. My grandmother got a stick because we lived right across the street from a cane field. We lived on 5th Street. At the time there were only 9 streets. My grandmother went out there and got her a big old stick. And we went walking to this family member's house. And my grandmother said, that bastard been fondling my baby. He lies and says, I didn't touch her. Creasy lying. I did not touch her. She be playing with those little boys and maybe some little boys touched her and she's scared to tell, but I did not touch her. Tell your grandma the truth. You know I didn't touch you. And I'm brave now because I got my grandma defending me. And I said, yes, you did touch my KK. My grandma said he bought it a cutout. And he bought it a cutout for that right there. Then I said, and he bought me a Tootsie Roll and he bought me a popsicle. So now I'm telling it all. The short of that, no one in the family believed him. They said I was lying. That I told her a lie that one of those little boys touched me. And I didn't want to tell her the truth. And I lied and said he did it. And God knows he did it. He knows he did it. And he was one of the main ones that used to talk about I'm fast. But that wasn't the first time someone had touched me. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. His father touched me when I was 5, but he didn't fondle me. But that's going to be in another story time. But he touched me. He knows he did. He lied. And he was the first person to honestly fondle me and violate my innocence. Yes. A 7-year-old child. And now when I do the math, he was around 18 years old. Yeah, he was in the neighborhood of 18 or 19 when he did that to me. But I would have more in the next story time. I would tell you how it came about that his father touched me, but he didn't do anything beyond that. But that's horrific enough. I'm Creasy, Jetty Lee's grandbaby. I hope you enjoyed my story time. I hope, if you haven't already, I hope you subscribe to my channel. I hope you comment, like, share. And if you enjoyed this video, please share it with others. See you in the next story time.